Welcome back to Reaction Talk.
Hello.
I am Rollen,
I'm Angie.
and this goes out to Phil. Now, Phil is a very wonderful supporter over on Patreon. Longtime subscriber here on the channels. I think he watches stuff on both channels.
Yeah.
And now for it, we are giving a little shout out to Phil, and he is going to introduce me to Chet Baker. And we just thought that his comment was very awesome. We appreciate it, and if you read the bottom of all that, you'll understand why there's some resonating feelings on my side. I am familiar with, I'll put that up at the end as well, just in case.
There'll be a wiki in the description, too, about Chet and his life.
Yeah.
For those who want to know more.
Musically, am I to understand we're going to hear interpretation of this song from a trumpet's point of view? If that's the case, then I think I know. I'm very excited. Jazz-wise, I don't know hardly any. When we were doing a little research, I came across some Winston Marsalis. I do know who that is. So, talking about company, did I lose you there? I think he went on to one of the shows, band director for. Did he go on to the Tonight Show?
Oh.
Didn't he replace Doc? I think maybe the Tonight Show, but I'm not sure. But then one of those where the break dancing brings me to Herbie Hancock.
Uh-huh.
But Herbie Hancock connects
okay.
to straight to jazz.
Yep.
And when you're popping it and breakdancing, you don't think that there's this line to jazz,
Right.
and there is.
Yeah.
And so I'm.
Well.
It's about my knowledge base right there.
This will be new for me. I know that. So.
Well, the truth of what we saw in Chet's writing and our little bit of research, this also lines up with like the unfortunate side of Jocko's story.
Yeah.
I'd be very curious to understand some of the ups and downs. With Jocko was, I think, mental illness.
Yeah.
Chet, I appear is more to well, it's sitting
Hard.
right, it's sitting right there. That little blue book probably saved my life a long time ago, and I got 18 something years plus from the big bad ones. So I do relate to making poor decisions, and thank God pulling yourself out the other side, because not everyone does.
No, it's a big deal, and that's why we have it on the website, and there's a link in the description box that, if you suffer, you need help, or you want help, or you want, there's links that can maybe lead you to at least the first step of self-care.
That's true, because I think I have a lot of fun over on the other channel, and I do because I made it through my hells. But one of the reoccurring themes within music or creative people in general is a tendency to lean towards obsessive compulsive behavior, whether it's drugs, sex, obsession, mental, instability. I'm not even saying full-blown problems like personality disorders or something. I can't remember exactly what Jocko, right? It was, I think it was much. I think whatever makes you abandon it all and just drift off into nothing. And that's not everyone who suffers, but there's a spectrum of suffrage.
Yeah. And then there's this reoccurring aspect of this almost genius abilities or creative abilities at such a high, right? And I think that even similar people would fall high, maybe even on what are those scores?
Like the Mensa deal.
Yeah, what is that score? I can't come.
Intelligent IQ.
Yeah, IQ. Duh. Yeah, I was like lost for the word.
Oh, it happens.
Anyway, so but then at the same time suffer from such debilitating either mental illness or chemical dependency or, like you said, obsessive compulsive, whatever kind of a a disorder that takes away from that creative, right, process. I mean, the one who that like Robert Downey Jr. used to be a mess, but he's always been a kick butt actor, right?
Oh, yeah,
Think about it.
I got to thank God for the ducks. Yeah, the tinfoil hat back there is protecting me from everything else I want to say. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. is a good actor.
All right, people, come on. Just let's go.
Oh, it's so dull. That's
But
so
anyway,
good.
the whole point is that people suffer every day,
Yeah.
all over, all the time, constantly, and probably be a little bit better world if we just try to understand and help people when they need help, and not be so difficult with others, because we don't know what people are going through. Everybody's going through something at some time, so.
So true. I think that's going to cover it. Now, it is about 10-minute tune, so
Yeah, we're gonna go.
going to probably just get lost in it all. Let's check it out. Oh.
Funny.
Okay, I misunderstood, yeah. I did misunderstand. I'm only going to say that just because I had already run my mouth, and
What?
I thought it was just trumpet, so I misunderstood.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm
What
just
did you
accepting.
see?
Well, he's singing.
Oh, you didn't think there was singing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I that's
see.
what I said earlier, and I'm
Oh, no.
clarifying. I obviously
Singing My Funny
I did not do
Valentine.
enough research at all.
Okay, well, we'll forgive you, I guess.
Thanks.
Yeah.
My funny Valentine,
I recognize it.
sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. You looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you my favorite word.
I wonder if that's reversed. Sorry, I just noticed I don't know if this screen is reversed or not, but before we get to it, just because I do have some now, I was really noticing the brushes on the hi-hat. Or not the hi-hat, but the, your
Yeah,
snare. The brush sound that...
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah, yeah,
Because, not every... It's brushes. They're weird. And then I was looking at that, and if that's the time... Is that a left-handed drummer? It's just you don't see very many. So I was wondering if the picture is
Interesting.
flipped. Yeah, because if that's the floor tom, then...
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you look at drummers, you'll see. I mean, it's completely different. It's a backwards setup if they're left-handed. Like, they play the other direction. It's cool.
Right.
Whatever.
Observation. He's so observing.
Well, it's a great... I don't know.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
know.
I think
It's
it
like
is.
my drum set up there is
Yeah,
my mini one's
like this,
upside
baby.
down.
Is your mouth a little weak
Oh, he's gonna play. We just...
when you open it to speak? Oh, you're smart. But don't change your head for me. Not if you really care for me. Stay, little Valentine. Stay. Stay and make each of Valentine's Day.
All right. Well, I was somewhat
Already.
deceptive.
Yeah.
Well, because I listened to Herb Alpert.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't have a huge knowledge base, but because of like the movie The Wrecking Crew, which is about the backing band, and some other information, and my dad, I really especially was it Lonesome Bull is already on the channel. A couple of them, Taste of Honey. I grew up with that. I mean, I fell in love with that girl covered in whipped cream. I mean, that's it. It confused a lot of. There's a whole generation of dudes. I'm sorry, I'm not lying. I mean, all opinions are for fun, but there's a whole generation of dudes that was in their dad's playlist.
Right.
It was a huge success. Album cover notwithstanding. I mean, it was a very. I heard she was pregnant. You have no idea what I'm talking about right now.
No,
do you?
no.
That's perfect.
It's fine.
My point being is I like some trumpet, right? Well, I instantly can see or hear like kind of the free form hit. It's not the same. The one is so structured and not saying this isn't.
Oh, okay.
But just the
No,
explosion
I
right there of
see.
notes.
Yep.
It's the difference between kind of the one style, which could have a jazz element to it, but it's not the same. I don't think so. I get what I think I'm supposed to be listening to right off the bat, which, when I was young, it'd just be a mess. And now, especially after years of progressive metal, you kind of, if parts of it feels like it's missing the beat, you just wait. It'll get back to the beat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, the more it's in with the beat, then, the less, I don't know how to explain it, but I'll have to learn.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm very excited. This is very good. That was
'cause
just
it's barely
what
started. Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll forgive you again.
There's a link down below if you need to hear it. What I highly recommend is you listen to the song first, get swept up by it, and then I'll stomp all over it. Because I mean, I don't mean to, but I can't turn it off. If I could turn it off, it'd be a different show.
Yeah.
Honest to God, they'd be different reactions. So
I know.
I kind of want to just start accepting it.
You're fine. You don't
It's not you or me. And not Phil. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, thank you.
And we meant that other thing we told you. This one it's a pleasure to be here, sitting here doing this. You're a very wonderful supporter of the channel, and I mean that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wouldn't. Oh, crap. I didn't say it from the beginning to get this far. There is no intention to double down on anyone who has supported it up to this point.
Yeah.
Cannot happen. So if you know what I'm talking about, that's a big deal to me. Her too. But integrity means something. Sorry. So now, then I think what Phil was trying to tell us is the expression that the trumpet takes on. Now think to Miss Fabian, Dimash, and all those others when they're doing those vocal runs.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to explain, is
Yep.
how his soul comes out through the sound of the trumpet,
Right.
but it's still his what soul's voice
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Yep.
Damn, I didn't think. Crap. I had no
Good one.
clue, Phil. Mostly it's because we appreciate support. The music is wonderful, and it's. We mean no disrespect to the artist. Unfortunately, the
No,
artists
no.
are usually a big backdrop to the human life experiences we're all living out here,
Yeah.
and it's obviously inspirational at the moment, which is worth something.
Inspiration is always worth it.
So good. I can't
Out
tell-
of breath. Yeah, I mean that was amazing, and the background of when he switched from the brushes to the drum kit, it really picked it up. I really liked that I
part.
did too.
And then whatever whatever just happened.
That
just,
part, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever
See what
that
I'm saying,
was,
babe?
yes.
I don't know.
That was very cool. They ended it that way. It was like,
The end of that kind of the upbeat
Yeah.
part, the end of his maybe trumpet solo.
yeah.
If that's, well, mostly this is for Phil, so I think Phil knows we mean no disrespect if we're
Yeah,
getting
no.
it wrong. If you're a music teacher out there wondering why we're doing reactions, because we love Phil, and you can drop your name in the comments and they can go check out a complete breakdown of the music part of it. But when he was going off, I was thinking again, like none of those songs I listened to that my dad had on an album broke free of the structure like that.
Ah.
I mean, at a point, he's just going off.
I see. Yep.
And the music exists and he exists and they exist together
It's very interesting.
well,
Well-
but I can see how when you're not, like if you're listening to 3-chord songs and you're 16, that just is all like, what the hell's going on there almost?
Well, it's very interesting because it's like mainstream music versus an artist that goes out of the box, right? Changes it up, and then you gotta have a lot of power to be a Trump, like to do that, right? Like you gotta have good breath.
Yeah, no, you were thinking the same thing I was. So as like people who engaged in smoking activities for a lot of time, this is like watching a swimming, diving, underwater programming for me. At a certain point, I'm just like, take a breath. Can you breathe? Now, I think the trumpet player might be able to breathe through their nose, but I don't know if he can do.
I've seen
I
that
have
a
no
couple
idea
times,
there.
Take a breath.
But
so.
yeah, it's,
okay. So now you think you'll sing
man,
now, or what do you think?
I don't
Let's-
know.
All right, let's see what happens.
I just thought we needed a second, and
Yeah,
we'll.
we needed to take a breath.
Yeah. Okay, let's let him finish it up, and we'll.
Let's hear that. Yeah, let's hear that little end
yeah.
part again. Well, you don't. Okay, it's fine.
Oh, see
We're
that,
good. It's
about
right
there.
there. Right there.
It's almost like a time changer, a tempo changer. I don't know.
Yep. This was a drum, actually.
Yeah. Could be let the rest of the band shine. Piano solo, little bass. I think for a guy who don't know shit about jazz, we did okay.
Oh, man.
Wait. I needed to see that. Sure. Yeah, unless it's reversed. There's the hi-hat over there.
Yeah.
And he's riding the cymbal right now, but I'm not, and I act like I'm all into jazz. I'm really not, as much as I might be making it seem. I just don't. The rarity is the left-handed nature of the drum. You just don't, it's all right-handed drummers. But then someone else I'm watching, it's not. And is it Corey Wong? Which is, would make, I'm just, now I'm wondering if there's a, here's another reason. Both my dad and my brother left-handed. My mom and I right-handed. But the family was split down the middle. It wasn't a rarity. It was a normality. So that's the difference. If most society's right-handed, I came from a house where it was very 50-50. And trust me, it was my you think my dad's in trouble now. Oh, man. He'd let you know shit wasn't made for him.
Oh.
Back in the day. He'd let you know.
Yep.
That it was for righties. And he had all these counter sayings. So he really had his bases covered. Interesting.
Wow.
All right, we will wrap this up.
Yeah.
Oh, sure as shit. Nope.
Was there a cut?
Something happened, yes.
Oh, they jumped or something, huh?
Picture figure.
Yeah.
Oh, back to him singing. Okay.
Is your mouth a little bit weak?
Oh. Did they possibly cut out like the drum solo
Maybe.
and all of the others? So it felt like it
Yeah.
was going to naturally go into maybe the
Another
band
solo, okay.
taking their time.
Maybe.
So, Phil, maybe if you know, let us know, please. If not, we're going to deal with what it was.
Yeah, he's back to singing
Yeah.
now.
We're wrapping it up now. So.
Little bit weak. When you open it to speak, are you smart? But don't change it for me. Not if you really care for me. Stay, little Valentine. Stay and make each day a Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Very good.
Oh, looks
Soulful.
like it was going back. Yeah, and just
Yeah,
kind
so
of
there
like,
was something just cut
deep.
out of the performance, and
Yeah. Who would you like? Have you? What would be an equivalent singer like? Do you know other than what you were talking about? Like when you grew up, your dad.
Yeah, so my dad didn't listen, so I wouldn't
Oh, it
use
wasn't that was an
that as a
example.
good example
I don't
for
think
jazz.
I don't think
as-
I've been exposed to it.
No, that's what I mean. Like, so closest thing would be what you heard derivatives of in hip hop and breakdancing.
Uh huh.
Line comes from
Yeah.
some of the maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm going to take a shot in the dark here, but maybe some of the early guys take samples off a weird jazz record phrasing and then repeated that, and it became a beat for what we take for like hip hop and stuff for granted. I don't
Interesting.
know, but I mean,
Huh.
the Herbie Hancock stuff I was talking about,
Right.
like this,
Right.
the weirdest thing is, and I didn't care for the movie, but I actually thought about something weird, and it was this whole in many movies, but it's a comedy, unfortunately, but it really indicts the tortured musician. Now it's kind of a indictment of Johnny Cash, actually. Not indictment, but it's with the Huey Cox story. But there's a part of it, and it's in his face, right? It's the part that I'm tiptoeing around and we're gonna leave out of it, but I can't contemplate being at my lowest of lows and then still having the ability to perform like this. And to be fair, someone addiction is not the up that Hollywood make it seem,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't take its toll on us because the party's actually fun. The party is consequence ridden, to say the least, and we'll leave it at that because this was a pretty long one.
Yeah.
Phil, very appreciative. I'm sorry.
Put up the picture.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go, but we'll leave with the picture up for a few seconds. he has passed. So rest in peace. Looks like 1988. And yeah, I mean, crazy how life just, a lot of people just struggle in the amazing talent that's still, like you said, the lowest of, right? The
Yeah.
lows is
Yeah.
still able to perform.
No, I
Something
understand
happens.
completely.
So, all right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thanks, Phil, and everybody.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Phil.
Check out the links in the description if you want to know more.
Bye.
Bye.